Market Matters. I'm Nadia Hassan together with Sulhi Azman. I'm feeling really energized about 2016. How do you feel about 2016?
Well,
Will it be better?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a better year, hopefully, from the last year. Do you have your New Year's resolution, by the way?
To not
In
murder anybody this year. But anyways, or be nicer to people. I think that's always a good thing. But talking about being nicer and things for the new year, unsurprisingly, and we mentioned before, it's tough. I think a lot of companies are also taking a break. But IOI Properties Group Bhd did actually announce something. Their shares actually have been climbing a decent 22% since August 2015, but down, of course, today to 2.22% to 2.20, if you want to be quite nice about it. I think if you're a lottery buying person, it'd be quite on. So basically what they're answering is they're going to do construction of phase 2 of IOI City Mall before the year end, and the investment's about $500 million, 500 million, which is quite decent. And the chief executive Officer Lee Yo Seng said that the design and planning phase 2 is currently ongoing.
Yeah, correct. Construction is expected to take about 2 to 3 years, he said, after the company's EGM today. And during the EGM today, right, IOI Properties also approved some purchase of stakes in companies worth about 2 billion ringgit. And going back to the IOI City Mall, have you been there, Nadia?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I live near Mid Valley. If it wasn't for the traffic, I wouldn't go to any other mall.
Right.
Because it has almost everything.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, I live in Bangi, and it's very close to Proxy and so on. So, so that would be a really good shopping
Bangi
mall
is close to IOI City Mall, is it?
Yeah, it's not that far, and it's about like 1 hour drive. I mean, 10 minutes drive.
1 hour? I have no idea where you live, man. Same thing. But anyway, the point about this is we've been talking about companies and property companies over the past year. You can go back and watch everything that we've talked about. The fact is, it's going to continue to be a tough year for them. And obviously, this whole thing about commercial retail space, we joke that KL never runs out of malls. So if you want to expand, hopefully you have the decent amount of tenants to mix enough for it to come to terms.
Correct. I mean, even many property players and industry players have been saying that there's a lot of spaces in KL, and it's going to be glad. And already, if you look at IOI Properties, right, their shopping malls, they own about 2.7 million square feet in net lettable area, and office space is about 3.8 million square feet in net lettable area as well. And with upcoming Bandar Malaysia, in which we rope in Chinese parties to buy the stakes.
Oh yes, so apparently we do love it when the Chinese comes in, and the funny thing that nobody mentions anything about that, but never mind. Regardless of that point, in general, I think IOI is in kind of good stead. Their land bank is about 10,000 acres, and this is not just home. They are having it in Malaysia, Singapore, and China. GDV is around 16 billion for everything, so it's good for them. But again, I think it's whether you have faith in the property market and you have faith that these kinds of expansions will accrue well for the company, because the last thing you want is a lot of malls, and we've seen a lot of malls in town. Are they full? Are they full?
Yeah, correct. And we need to look at the occupancy rate as well. And already, Nadia, last year we've seen in 2015 where we have a lot of companies going into property development. So I'm a property bear. I think it's going to face another glut, another challenges, but we'll just have to see how it goes. If you look at the earnings, right, for IOI Property Group, revenue went up by 58%, while net profit also went up by 14.3%.
So yeah, why does it actually make any sense to us? The fact is that it had an EGM today. It was one of the few companies, I think, that actually had a lot of news coming out. They are getting shareholders approval for acquisition of a lot of these companies, totaling 1.9 billion. They have announced, of course, that they're going to start phase 2 of IOI City Mall. That's going to put them back about 500 million ringgit. Moving on to our final, which is Broker's Call of the Day. As you know, actually, if you visited our website, we don't have Insider Asia Stock of the Day anymore. So we're looking at all the brokers and seeing what they're saying to us. Cypark Resources Bhd, 25% up on its share price since end September last year. And the share price today didn't do quite. It did a well flattish, 3.24% now to 1 ringgit and 79. So these guys, right, they actually do a lot of e-waste and solar energy, and that's the big thing for them.
Yeah, correct. They're also controlled by Tan Sri Razali Ismail with a 20% stake, and interestingly, Lembaga Tabung Haji has a 10% stake as well. And it operates a waste-to-energy plant in Ladang Tanah Merah in Negeri Sembilan with a capacity to generate 25 megawatt of electricity. Anyway, today's broker's call was courtesy of CIMB Research, where they have an ad called ADD, but then they lower the target price to 2 ringgit and 30 cents from 2 ringgit and 40 cents previously.
So basically, they do note that Cypark is Malaysia's first WTE or waste to energy operator, and because the government is promoting this whole thing about development of green and renewable energy. And the funny thing is, right, I think the reason, here's my theory: green and renewable energy brings a lot of people are interested in it when oil prices are massively high because you're looking for cheaper sources of electricity. Now that oil prices are massively low, you actually don't need to go out and find renewable energy. But now the thing that they're pushing forward is climate change.
Correct.
So I think just to get on board because of the Paris Accord and all of that, that's why they're kind of more likely to promote it. On that note, Cypark has been riding this wagon for a while, but I looked at their earnings and I'm like, I don't know, it's up, it's decently up, but how long can they sort of keep growing it?
Yeah, correct. And the thing is, if you look talking about earnings, right, CIMB Research projects a 1% growth in net profit for FY16 because they believe that, there are still more upsides coming in, especially with the Ladang Tanah Merah project or the waste to energy project as well. And this is interesting, Nadia. They have a long-term concessions and also secure FIT to supply electricity to Tenaga.
Feed-in tariff.
Feed-in tariff, correct. So that would really be a cash cow for them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting to see a look at Cypark and see whether or not this will actually continue. Since, of course, it's a brand new year, we're just going to take some time out for this. It's a lot of research houses are giving sectorials.
Correct.
We'll talk about that a little bit, but today the big one is banking because there were November stats coming out and there was no overall strain. That's what people felt on asset quality in November. Of course, average lending rate was lower. Here's the positive guys are the UOB and the CIMBs. They all have, well, UOB is okay lah. They are looking at market weight. They say Maybank is good, RHB is good. CIMB is not, I don't think it can be bullish on itself, but they do think that RHB cap is the top pick. What does TA say?
Well, the TA is actually quite neutral on this because they say that, current stock recommendations are buy for Maybank, hold for Public Bank and CIMB and RHB cap as well, and also Alliance Financial Group, but sell on Hong Leong Bank Berhad, Bank and also Affin.
RHB also is neutral. MIDF is also neutral. It'll be interesting to see how the banks go this way, if just for dividend play. But just to wrap it up for you, right? We're looking at Brokers Call today. We're looking at Cypark. It's brought to you by CIMB. They have ADD on it, not attention deficit disorder, just recommendation. They lowered, however, the target price from 240 to 30, saying that they still think that Cypark, because it's the first waste to an energy company, it should be able to bode well when the government presses on its RE initiatives.
Correct.
But anyway, that's all for us today on our first Market Matters of 2016. I'm Nadia Hassan together with Sulhi Azman. For more on stuff, remember that the Edge Markets is there for you and as well as the physical copies of the paper. Good night, guys. Let's pray that 2016 actually treats us nicer.
Good luck.